Previously on Rumble in the Jungle.
I like 'em chunky, I like 'em big, I like 'em lumpy,
Session 2 of Rumble in the Jungle. The prisoners ran out of the arena into the open world, the savanna plains laid out around them, with the receded river separating the group from the edge of a jungle. Worrying about pursuit, El Padre Muerto, Chad and Maria, Changeling, Rogue, and the gnome all jump into the ox cart seemingly owned by a present fish merchant. The drow and druid, on the other hand, ran in another direction. War cries could be heard from around the town. The ox cart was prodded onward, running over a fish merchant's merchandise in the process. A witch doctor warlord emerged from the town with an elite squad, just too late as the prisoners were now long gone.
He chooses death. By puta! Ah!
The ox cart carried the group down the river as dusk fell upon the savannah, creating an eerie but somber atmosphere. The party now had time to reflect on the pressing matter. Although the group was quiet, they all thought back to a mysterious gunslinger who possessed technology the like their world has never seen, hunting down and throwing each one of them into a prison. It was a bitter yet humbling reflection. The cart walked into a small fishing settlement made up of tents. The cart stopped next to a statue in the center of the village and refused to move any farther. That was it for the ride. The group knew it was time to say their farewells and go their own ways. The torches in the village automatically lit as dusk turned to night. Perhaps it might be best to bunk here for the night, and maybe get a drink. Chad, Padre, and especially Maria, perked up at the idea of getting a drink as they had quite a day. However, as they walked through the town, the endless array of tents never seemed to stop. All these tents were identical and kept repeating as they walked. Listening around, the group noticed that the sounds of crickets, frogs, cicadas, and howler monkeys were now completely gone. In fact, there were no sounds at all. The group met back up and were quite confused. The gnome sensed that there was a strange, sinister magic present. Everyone was on guard. The only lights now were from the torches running throughout the village. Chad saw a sack tied to a torch and reached out to grab it. A knife swiped at him, and the bag was dragged into the shadows. Chad yelped, "Whoa, bruh." The group could hear some screeching from a primate from the town square. Following the sound and the statues from the plaza, the group rushed to meet the adversary. While hurrying to get there, a torch was knocked into one of the tents, setting it ablaze. The fire spread like a blanket across the village, and the night was increasingly lit with the smoke and flame. In the center of the plaza, a dark figure stood there, their back turned to the group. Turning around, we saw a resemblance of a druid that left our party the previous day. On his belt hung a sack that Chad tried to grab. Maria called out to him.
Who are you?
The creature let out a deafening scream and jumped into the shadow, disappearing. A figure hopped out of the shadow behind El Padre and swiped him in the back. We turned to see him just as he sunk back into the shadows. The team was now ready to tussle. The figure jumped in and out of the shadows, making a screeching noise, and it slashed at us and dove back in. Maria saw her opportunity and grabbed the beast with her one arm.
There's no need to fight now, we've come in peace.
The creature's head spun around, and it shrieked into Maria's face. It broke free and dived back into the shadows. The beast emerged once more to slash at El Padre Muerto, but he was ready this time, grappling the creature and dragging it into the central plaza where the light from the roaring flames ate the shadows away. The gnome volleyed sacred flames at the monster, causing noticeable agony. The beast kicked El Padre in the
Pika pika!
and was released from the grip. Maria suckered up to it and pulled its pants down, causing it to stagger. Chad, thinking this was hilarious, now was inspired by a very familiar style of hazing. He grabbed the thing, ran over to a burning tent, and dunked the creature's head into the flames. Swirly, bro. The creature was overwhelmed. A final hit of sacred flames finished it off. It shriveled into the darkness, letting out a howling shriek. Leaving only vestments behind, the rogue grabbed the sack that was around the thing's belt. But when he tried to nab the cloak, it flew off and wrapped itself around the gnome's neck. Panicking, the gnome fell back and sunk into a shadow. Saved by Maria, last second. The cloak was now tamed to its new master, giving the gnome shadow dancing. The group slept on the plaza's ground at night, and the dawn arose. Nothing but ashes and rubble were left all around them. In the morning daylight, a town could be seen in the horizon. This has been Rumble in the Jungle 2. Stay tuned for next time.